Rock, rock, rock.
What's great, y'all? I'm Henry Rock Johnson, and you are now tuned in to Rock Radio. Today, I got my brother Thrizzle with me once again, and today we are talking about top athletes who also were great artists. Now, I got my brother Thrizzle with me once more again. Don't forget the 1-3.
Don't
And
forget it.
Thrizzle has a little bit of experience in this field too. Tell him about what you got going on, because we already know that you're an artist, but you used to hoop too, man.
Right. So most people who have probably met me in the last 8 years or so probably just know me as Thrizzle, as we're saying. Actually, this is an interesting topic, Rock. So I am a former hooper. We go back to my high school days. I was nominated for Mr. Basketball in Florida. I won the state championship.
What year that was?
In 2011. So it's 13 years ago. Don't forget the 1-3.
Ironically, not ironically.
Right. So he won the state championship and then went to Limestone University. Won a couple of championships there, but
What division that is?
that's D2.
D2 for sure.
This is high major D2, and we have the most wins in school history my senior year. That's at Limestone University. Shot 40% from the three, 43% from the three.
Now, you ever thought about going to the league?
So while I was in college, I definitely thought about going to the league. Even when I was in high school, that was the goal. But while I was in college, I began making my own music. So I made that investment within myself with all of my equipment and whatnot. And so I recognized how good I was. And I had a song that ended up getting on the radio down in Florida when I actually released some music. And that pretty much made me focus more on music because I was just like, how do I get money with this stuff?
So how do you draw the parallels for our viewers between being a high level athlete and being an artist?
So I would say it depends on the type of artist you are. So let's take an artist like Kanye. I know he's not an athlete, but you take an artist. Well, let's go with R. Kelly. R. Kelly was an athlete. I think he had some very good years in Chicago. I think he won some state championships as well. So you take a person like him, he's very serious about his craft and the details that he adds in. He takes performance very serious and he prepares. So just like in the game of basketball, you have to have a game plan before you go into the game. You never really want to go in there blind. You always want to, so let's say your game plan is equivalent to your run of show. So the same way you have plays that you run in basketball, your plays would essentially be your key changes in the song, or bringing in certain harmonies, or
your cadences and stuff like that,
or having a solo, having a drum solo, having a guitar solo, having a vocal solo, letting your background singer sing. Those are plays that you would run if we're talking about the parallels of it. So it gets pretty deep. And then just like with basketball, it's about the work you put in the dark. It's about the work that you put in when nobody's looking. And so for a singer, that's your vocal training. That's you taking the time out to write, clear your headspace. That's you learning the music theory, learning, and that's you practicing with your band if you're doing shows. You have to definitely, and so just like with basketball, you have to work with your team, which would be whatever band that you're working with, but you also have to work on yourself. And so that's one of the things that I took from basketball. I got to work on my individual skills, but then I also have to be able to keep myself open and available to play my role when it comes to working with other people. Because I may be the best shooter when I'm somewhere in Florida, but when I corral the best players from all over the country, I may not be the best shooter. I may be the best defender. And so you just want to be adjustable to play your role and work on your game. And so those are some of the parallels that I see with basketball.
Yeah, that's what's up. When you were talking about R. Kelly being a state champion, the other name that the other two names actually, and I think they blew it because they talk about it to this day, Cam and Mace.
Right.
That's another name, but let's really dive into this list. And as we go along, I know some of these as well. I know off rip, Shaq. Man, Shaq he was the first one with a platinum album, first athlete with a platinum album. And he did songs with like Biggie and Method Man and stuff like that. He just dropped something recently, not too long ago. Once I think of the name during this conversation, if I think of it, I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely say Shaq, one of them. Another platinum artist slash athlete I know off back is John Cena.
Oh.
You Can't See Me definitely went platinum as well. I was very surprised because it's not really like a traditional album, because like the WWE, they got their own music,
Right.
and their own soundtrack, and it's amazing too. Definitely John Cena, another one that was able to cross over. You got any off rip?
From a platinum, I don't know too many people who went platinum. I was thinking about Kobe Bryant and Dame Dollar. I know Dame has dropped a couple of albums.
Dame actually did something with Wayne.
Oh,
So he dropped some plethora of albums where he has top features. Like he really puts the time into the craft in the sense of we gonna bring real hip hop back. We gonna really spit bars. You know what I'm saying? So that's his ass. That's what I get from him when I listen to it. Another hooper who brings the opposite, that grit and grind, is my boy RTBMB, aka Miles Bridges. Hey,
oh my goodness.
Straight from the Dirty Gloves, straight from Flint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he embodies that sound. You know, shout out to Energy and Sav on the beat, because his style marries those beats. He's had a little bit of controversy off the court, but on that mic, he's actually nice. He gets co-signed by Sada Baby, co-signed though.
I think that's dope. I think his music being released around the time that he had that controversy going on didn't help, because those type of beats, they're like more the dark beats that you be talking that stuff on. So I think that kind of affected him, but he's definitely fire. Isn't there like a singer?
Victor Oladipo.
Oladipo.
He done dropped a couple videos. Because he doesn't look like somebody that can actually sing like that.
Right.
But
he appeared on The Masked Singer.
Oh,
that was interesting. He did very good. Who else? Dion.
Must be the money. Hey, for sure. Prime Time ate off that single though. You know what I'm saying, and it kind of shows his versatility as an athlete, as a personality as well. And this is even before the prime that we know now.
Right.
But definitely Prime Time is one of those that crossed over and actually had a little bit of success off that single. I'm gonna have to say Master P. Master P was supposed to make the league. When he was on the Raptors, the only reason I heard that he got cut from the Raptors is because their organization is uphold the standard, and they found out about his music, and it's kind of. But no, he was getting buckets in them preseason games back in the day. Y'all gotta look it up. He was getting buckets.
I think there's a guy, Dave East. Did you know Dave East was a hooper? He hooped. There's a college he hooped at. Let me know in the comments where Dave East hooped at. But for sure, I know he played college ball though.
And Stolly used to hoop for the University of Michigan.
Stolly. Now I've actually, and that's crazy. I used to hoop with Stolly a couple years ago. I think this was pre-COVID. This was pre-COVID. You know, me and Cuz used to hoop downtown in Midtown. Stolly, let me tell you something. Stolly is cold. He's real rough. He's gonna play great defense. And he has a burner, so you can't leave him open. He gonna make the right basketball play. He gonna make the right pass. He ain't a person that you gotta really fuss at. But Stolly's cold. We also were hooping with Bobby Valentino. That's a whole nother story. But Stolly's cold, bro.
Because he's at Midwest. He's from Cleveland, I believe.
He's from Ohio. He was telling me about when he used to play against Braun and whatnot. So they used to go at it. So
we gonna keep talking about basketball players that rap in the other way around. We can't forget Ivo, Allen Iverson. That 40 bars. Y'all need to go look up that Jules, the Z 40 bars. He actually was going on that song. It was short-lived because he's another one who had a controversy around him. And he was on the borderline. I got mad respect for him as a hooper and a rapper as well. But it's been other people who have other opinions about him. Am I forgetting? No, y'all must have forgot about that boy, Roy Jones Jr., man. He had that single, you know what I'm saying? That was catchy. He did his thing. I think he was on that one song that I Smug, I Drank. He was on the remix though.
We Welcome You Body Head Style. Oh yeah, that was a banger. He was going crazy. Who else? Kevin Durant?
Yeah, Kevin Durant actually has a video out spitting bars. He worked with Gold Link too. You know what I'm saying? Nice. So, but he more low key with it though. I was just scrolling one day. KD rapping too? Man, that's
who else we got? But as we said, Shaq was like the first. Yeah.
And if it's anybody that we forgot, post it in the comments below. We might have enough to do a whole second video with this. Because it's a lot more I can think of off the top of my head was Chris Webber. He's another one who tried to venture in that lane a little bit. But if it's anybody else that you guys can think of, just post it in the comments below. Hit the like and subscribe for more Rock Radio.
And don't forget the 1-3.
Don't forget the 1-3 and stay locked in for the next video.